Hello everyone, welcome back to the non-league treatment room with me, Cookie. As always, Davo is alongside me. How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, ready for another episode as always.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting one, a Cov one as well.
Yeah.
I'm a Cov fan, as everyone should know by now.
Yeah.
So, get to dive into Cov a little bit more. I don't think we've had one like this since probably Dev, I'd say.
Yeah, where it's majority, Cov.
So I'm looking forward to another insight into Cov.
Yeah.
So, but if you are new to watching and listening, welcome. Thank you very much. If you are a seasoned
Ticket holder,
yeah, welcome back. Whatever you're watching on, make sure you follow us, like all the stuff, and do all that lovely admin side for us because it helps out massively. Whatever you're listening on, make sure you press the plus button or follow button and leave a comment because it'd be good to hear your views on how you enjoy the episode. So yeah, bit of admin from me, so check.
That's your best bit, that is. You're really thorough on that.
I'm trying.
You do really well.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be able to remember all that. You ain't even got a script for that bit.
No, I thought of that in the car on the way here. I thought I've got to do that, so do it. I've asked you nicely, so just show us some love because we appreciate it. So,
60 episodes now. Over.
Wow, I think this one's going to be 64.
Incredible.
And we keep going, getting to that 100.
Yeah. We need to make the 100 one a really special one. Maybe get all the old guests in.
Yeah.
I'll have to steal some marks from work.
No, we'd have to have a lot. Wow, there's still the minibus idea.
Yeah. Or the mayor idea.
Or the mayor idea, yeah. Let us know what you want.
Yeah, let us know what you were thinking about. Curry House, Peter Crouch style.
Don't get us sued.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, we'll go in the Curry House. Let us know what you think.
Peter Crouch style then. Yeah, I like it. Right, let's do it because we've been eager. We've already been talking as always off camera. So let's hear those stories now.
Let's do it.
So let's get him in. In the treatment room today, we have a true footballing fighter with his tenacity on the pitch and his journey through the highs and lows of professional football. Coming through the ranks at Coventry City, then going into the world of non-league, we get to hear his journey. Please welcome Ivor Lawton.
Ivor, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks yourself. What an intro, by the way, thank you.
You like that? ChatGPT's great, isn't it?
No. Not on this one. This one was fought from the heart.
Yeah.
This one was.
Sky Blue Army.
Yeah, that's it. I only do special ones for special people who play for
Sorry to all the previous guests.
the best clubs in the world. So,
how are you there, mate? You all good?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good. Very busy at the moment, but yeah, all good. How about yourselves, all good?
Yeah, we're good, mate.
Plodding along, you know.
We're all recovering from stag do's, aren't we?
It seems like it's stag do season.
Yeah, but obviously your stag do was when was it? A couple of weeks ago?
2.5 weeks ago. I still haven't recovered. I'm not the biggest drinker in the world, so
No.
yeah. Just about 40 of us in Magaluf, so
40?
yeah.
40.
Big Irish family, isn't it? So yeah. But the less said, the better. So
I thought like
Ours was big.
15, 17, I think we had. I thought that was a good number. It's 40.
you know what? It's like everyone jumps on it. Uncle Knobheads, everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All Irish as well. Jesus.
That's a whole plane.
That is a whole plane. I bet you filled it, didn't you?
Yeah, I was the air hostess, weren't I? So yeah.
Oh, like your brother then.
That's what we did for my brother as well. Yeah.
Oh, there's always they loved it, to be fair.
Yeah, they did. Ryanair. Shout out to Ryanair.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, Ryanair, go for it.
Jet 2 would be better though. Play Jess Glynn in the background.
No, don't. We've had that too many times. How have you been? Obviously, it's probably been a while since you've kicked a football.
5 years.
5
years, yeah. 5-6 years now, yeah.
So how has it all been, sort of being away from that football? Because you're massively into your fitness now, aren't you? You know, and stuff like that. So how is that going?
Yeah, it's been good. You know, I've enjoyed it as well. Saying earlier, I do miss it, but at the same time, I wouldn't rush back. You know, it's. But yeah, for me, obviously, with my knee injury and stuff, that was it for me really. So I do miss kicking it, but I try not to think about it too much. And it's nice to have a break now and focus on family, my fitness stuff, and other things. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Obviously, you started out at Coventry. You were there for a long time. So give us those early memories of football and how it all started for you. That first club, how you got into Coventry, all those lovely sides of the
Taking
story.
it way back now, yeah. So
way back.
Started off. Mount Nod Highway, Tyler.
Mount Nod,
the mighty Mount Nod, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're still as good as they were back then. But started there when I was 5-6 years old. Me and Quinny, I know you know Quinny well at Atherstone.
Yeah.
And then was there for I think a year and a half, 2 years. You had scouts sniffing around pretty much all the Midlands clubs afterwards, to be honest. Birmingham, Leicester, Villa. But then obviously Coventry knocking on the door, and it was a no-brainer for me and Quinny. It was a scout called Chris Brown, scouted us at the time. Still keep in touch with Chris now and again, you know. Great guy. And went into Coventry and was there pretty much my whole life. So yeah.
His name's been mentioned loads of times.
Chris Brown,
not the singer. But yeah,
he's better looking than the singer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris.
But his name has been mentioned by a few people that have gone through Cov City.
Yeah, great guy.
He must have been
I
the
think
main
he scouted a lot of lads
yeah.
when they were younger, yeah, but cracking guy, honestly, really nice, down to earth bloke.
So then how was that journey into Coventry then? I'm guessing from what, under 11s or something would it be? I don't know.
Started at 7 years old.
7 years old.
Yeah. 7 years old. Absolutely loved it. And for me, I was quite a big kid. I was quite athletic as well. So after a year, 2 years, when I was 7, 8 years old, they started pushing me up the ages a little bit as well, which I enjoyed, a bit more physical. Progressed through the years, was doing well. Under 12s, I think that's when you get your first big contract. When you go to under 16s, you get like a 4-year contract. And then even progressing under 14s, I'm playing with the under 16s, you know. And then from there, under 16s to the under 18s. So always pushed up and challenged myself a little bit, and the coaches did as well, which was good. Loved every minute of it.
Was it hard when you go into that sort of scenario where you're signing for an academy, which is, I suppose it's hard for you to remember, but you were at such a young age when you signed at that academy. It must just seem like it's another club. When it can
be quite brutal even then, you know. I remember at Royton, this is back in the day at Royton, so literally we had the trial games, and then after it was like fucking X Factor, you know. They had like, alright, these lads, you've made it like to the next round or whatever, and then you lads, unfortunately, you have to try again next year or whatever, you know what I mean? Even like then it's quite brutal, but I absolutely loved it. I loved the whole discipline towards it. When it got more serious, that's probably when I started to enjoy it more, to be honest.
Did you have like, at a young age then, did you have like a lot of confidence in yourself to think, right, I'm good enough here to...
Yeah, 100%. Never doubted myself or my ability, but I think what took me to where I got to was my drive and my dedication towards it. I'll openly say now I wasn't the best player in the world. You know, even at under 18s, I would say I was good. I was a good player. I wasn't great. There was players there more technically better than me, but I lived my life like an athlete, and I think that's what maybe separated me from a lot of them. And, you know, I didn't drink, you know, first time I got drunk, I was 25 years old, you know, so I lived my life like an athlete, and that's where it took me, you know.
I think that's a really good point. I think that is like, I think some clubs and some managers love that type of stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
That someone is that dedicated to, you know,
the cause
of fitness, discipline, because I think we know players in non-league who are not technically gifted, but because they're physically strong, their work rate is unbelievable, and their drive, it makes them stand out and it makes them a good player, doesn't it? And it sort of like pushes them through to where they need to get to, doesn't it?
Well, we had a really interesting conversation with our last guest, who you know, I think Matt Lowe, who came through Cov as well.
Yeah, good lad, Lowe, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that we found in common, and when we listen back to previous episodes, is the lads, the big names now that are in football or that have came through Cov City Academy, they all got released at like younger ages.
Yeah.
So like Che Adams, under 14s, he got released. There was other players as well, like Marcus Harness, did he say?
Marcus Harness.
If you look through Cov and the players that they had, they released, you'd have had an unbelievable squad, wouldn't you, Cookie?
You would have made some money.
Yeah.
That's always the case. And even Lowe, I remember Lowe back in the day at Cov as well, and his attitude was great. And he was I think players like me and Lowe, they called rats. You know, there's rats on the pitch because you're just non-stop, you know, aggressive, making tackles. And fair play to him, that's why he's gone to get to where he's got to as well, you know.
So who was in your age group? Because I think, you had a quite good age group, didn't you?
Yeah, so again, I played up a little bit, so it's hard.
Right.
But typically in my age group, you had like Ryan Haynes, Jack Finch, Courtney Baker-Richardson.
Yeah.
I think he was at Swansea, if I remember right. Yeah, I think he's at Crewe now.
Yeah.
Last time I checked up on him. Yeah. Yeah, good players, mate. But I think the year group 2 years above me was like Connor Thomas, Josh Ruffles, Gail Bigorama.
Jeez,
and then above that as well, I didn't train with them too much, but I think 3 or 4 years above me was like Cyrus Christie, Callum Wilson, Jordan Clark, Nathan Cameron, players like that. And their age group, they had a really good age group, to be fair. A lot of them made it.
What's it like then, Iv, when you get... How does it work when you get pushed up an age group? Do they like sit you in a room, or do they just on the day go, right, you're over there today? Or
exactly that.
Really?
The latter, yeah. So Ray Gooden at the time, come into the change room and said, basically, come into this change room, went into the next change room, all lads older than me. It was like, right, you're here now. And that was it.
What was that like for you though? Were you nervous or?
Yeah, you're nervous, but I think for me, playing anyway, it was like you do your best straight away to get respect off the lads.
Yeah.
Like you're being pushed up, but you got to prove that's for a reason. And even little things, they might think you're younger, but then the first tackle that comes in, you make a point on it.
Did you get some shit from your other group? Like, oh, look at him, he's going up.
Probably Quinny's little bastard. Yeah.
Probably Quinny.
Yeah, probably Quinny. No, I didn't. Too fair, not at that age. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to say it was justified at the time. I was doing really well. Went up a year, and again I was doing really well. I was even going up a year as well. So we had a captain, Ricky Fletcher. He was a great lad, great captain as well. When he wasn't around, I was captain. Do you know what I mean? So even going up the ages, I was still a leader. I wasn't just there for numbers. I was still being a leader and still performing. So
did you like taking that role of being a leader?
Yeah,
I get that. Like, this is the first time we've met, and the feeling I get off you is you are like a leader,
a delegator. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you're professional.
Yeah.
Proper, and it's like if someone's not doing a good job, you're pulling them going, oi, fucking
100%. Yeah, but. Yeah, I think it just comes naturally to me, to be honest. But I like having that responsibility. And you are right, you said then, you got to understand different lads' personalities around you as well. Some lads, right, they might be a bit more introverted. They need a bit of encouragement and say, right, you're better now. Come on, next one. Come on, keep your head up. Other lads that are a bit more tough, you might say, right, fucking hell, that was shit. Come on. And you get a reaction that way.
Yeah.
So you got to understand different lads' personalities around you to get the best reaction off them, That was part of my game as well. If, like, I didn't give a shit if we were 2 or 3-0 down at half time. I'd be the one saying, right, lads, it's not fucking over. Come on, let's get our heads up. First goal's ours and we're back in it. So, yeah, I think I love being leader. And even day to day now, for me, it's just about leading by example in anything I do, especially my fitness stuff now,
So that's really interesting that you've said that, actually, because one of our next questions that we got down was your playing style. And I think it's really hard to do, but I want to ask you. So, if you were to describe, because one thing that you said earlier was that technically you look back at yourself now and you think, well, I wasn't the greatest player, but you worked really hard. So if we were to go into more detail, how would you have described your playing style and like what sort of warranted you to be at that level, do you think?
The first thing is working hard is a minimum requirement. And that's why you just get frustrated with lads around me. Do you know what I mean? Everyone says, oh, you work hard, you give 100%. You should all be doing that.
Yeah,
that's just a minimum requirement.
Should be a given.
So I was just doing the minimum requirement, really. Excuse me. I'm probably doing myself a bit of a injustice there because growing up, I was still a very good passer of the ball. I could drive with the ball. I wasn't a good dribbler, but I could drive with it and drive into space. And then up until about 16, 17, I was a goal scoring midfielder.
Right.
So I'd get 20, 25 goals a season from midfield, just behind a striker. As I got older, I started to then be a bit more of a box-to-box and more CDM, especially after my injury. And I was aggressive. Tenacity is a good word to describe me. I used to love smashing people, to be fair.
Yeah.
I did used to like it. It was like scoring a goal for me.
Good tackle.
Yeah, fair tackles though as well. Not like shit house tackles, like fair tackles, And I used to like it when lads giving me back as well. I used to love that on the pitch, that rivalry. And we played against, because obviously growing up, you play against Blues and Villa. Lads like Jack Grealish, for example, because he got pushed up, I got pushed up. It was obviously different class, you know what I mean? But when you see lads who've grown up sort of together at different clubs and you're against them, I love that rivalry, thinking, right, I'm getting a better view today, or, vice versa. So
Grealish has got a bit of a He likes a good tackle though, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's a tough lad.
He's very good at drawing fouls. I'll give him that.
I'm saying he's a tough lad. He does a lot of stuff I wouldn't do in terms of the diving and all that sort of stuff. But like down that time, he just get kicked and he gets back up, you know. And growing up, he was different class, mate. Different class.
So I feel that, and you might disagree with me here, but the way I see it, and not just in football, but in life as well, like there's rarely things that you make up yourself. I feel like a lot of things are like learnt behaviour. So where would you say that your style, the way that you were, did you pick it up from someone, or did you have somebody around you that was supporting you to say, you know?
No, just the way it was, mate.
Really?
I remember the first, even at Mount Nod, I used to come back off the pitch. Mum and Dad in the car would say to me, how'd you find that first couple of sessions? And I'd say, yeah, I really enjoyed it, loved it. And they were like, yeah, but you're not supposed to tackle people on your own team. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I was hungry for the ball. I just, give me the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it just from an early age, that's what I was like. And I soon got branded the name Keno when I was growing up, Mount Nod and stuff. My nickname there was a pit ball as well. So I used to like, you know, snapping at the ankles and stuff.
Did your dad play though, or anything?
Dad played, yeah. And from what everyone tells me, my dad keeps quiet about it, you know.
Right.
But everyone tells me he was a class player. He was a striker.
Yeah.
And I know he had interest in good clubs as well, like full time, but he never had interest in that.
Right.
He was happy playing down a park with his mates, and that was him. And fair play to him, you know.
Yeah.
Was he one of them dads then that was? He sounds like my dad, where you'd get in the car and he wouldn't really say much unless you asked him.
Yeah, exactly that. And for me, you know, you come off the pitch and you can score a hat trick, get man of the match. You get in the car.
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
And then it depends what your dad says. It doesn't matter what's happened.
Yeah.
It depends what your old man says.
Yeah.
So you're waiting around for your old man. If he says, well done today.
Yeah.
You've done well.
Yeah, that's it.
And even if you have done well, I think my old man, especially my granddad, God rest him. Like, I used to go to my granddad's house after the game, and he said, "Did you score today?" And I'd say, "Oh, nah." He's like, "You're a waste of time." And at the time, you know, you just get really annoyed. I'm thinking, "What's he saying that for?" Like, you know, I've got man of them. Oh, you know, I've had a quality game. But then growing up now, I realised it was a reverse psychology, that he wanted the best out of me, and he wanted that, you know, me to get a drive and that hunger to keep performing and keep trying to impress. But yeah, my old man was like, I'd listen to him probably the most out of anyone, if I'm being honest, you know. And what he said, I'd definitely take it on board. So yeah.
We might be skipping ahead a little bit. Did he have a big impact on your like professional career, like when you signed for Cov, like your pro contracts and stuff? Was he quite involved in that, or not really? Because anything, like even now, like I'll go and ask my dad about work, about anything, and it's natural, isn't it? Something happens.
I still would do that now, out of respect for my dad. Yeah, his opinion means a lot to me. Mum and dad, their opinions mean a lot to me. I was going to say, no, in terms of like the playing and stuff, and they wouldn't advise me with contracts or anything like that, but in terms of the help my mum and dad gave me growing up, unbelievable support. Like, I was so blessed to have them in my corner, because it could be a Tuesday night in Cardiff away, right? They've both got full-time jobs and they're in a stand. As I get older now, the sacrifices I know they've made for me growing up, that was probably the hardest thing for me. I'm probably getting a bit ahead here, but when I had to give it up, I was so determined to make it for them so I could give back for all the years they've given to me, you know. So that was a tough pill to swallow, and that was probably the hardest thing. It wasn't me giving up football, it's probably I couldn't give that back at the time. I'm still working hard to do that in other ways now.
Definitely.
But you know what football's like with the money and stuff, and you know.
So when
I'll just have a little, before you go on, sorry, I'll just have a little image of young Ivor running around smashing the fuck out of people.
Mate,
well, my dad's name's Ivor as well, so Ivor Junior. I am,
Ivor Junior running around like 2-footing people. Roy Keane style. I can just picture it now.
But I think sometimes it just get overlooked as well. I was, you know, like you say, smashing people.
Sorry, but you're not. You are very gifted.
Come on, mate. Jesus.
Sorry.
No, but like I think it's a mad stat. I think I was like the most aggressive player on Football Manager at one point. Like, you know, and all mates would text me saying, "Mate, this is crazy." Like, but I'm like, yeah, but I could fucking pass the ball as well. You know what I mean? Like, I can still play a bit, like, you know. But
complaint going in.
I don't want to go too far forward, and I don't think we mentioned this. How many red cards did you get in your career?
Not a lot. So this is it. I was controlled. This is what I'm saying. I was controlled. So as soon as the yellow went in, I got a lot of yellow cards, but red card, I think. Do you know what? I only think a couple of red cards.
Really?
I think 2 red cards. One of them was
straights.
Yeah, one was definitely straight at hell was Owen. But that was a tactical. That was a tactical one.
Yeah.
So one of them, you know, 85th minute on a counter attack. proper took him out.
Yeah.
And then the ref gives it red card. I'm like, ref, first one.
In the 85th minute.
Yeah, but you nearly killed him. Yeah, but it's the first one, you know?
And the gaffer would be like, oh, well done, son. Well done. Well done. He's not even pissed off. I'll pay you fine.
Well, we won the game, so it paid off. And that's what I'm saying. You know, it's one of them. If we win the game, and I'm out of 3 games now, so be it. You know, I've done one for the team there, so...
So when I want to go back a little bit if we can. So when you've gone from, I take it was a Sunday you were playing for Mount Nod Highway, right? Was it a Sunday?
I think Sunday morning probably, yeah.
What's that? And I know it's a tough question because you were so young, but from when you can remember, what's that like from going to a good Sunday league team and then into the like sort of patterns and the shape and like sort of the regimented side of an academy, like when they're telling you these things and you're so young, did you sort of pick it up quickly? Or
I think I did, yeah. And it's not too much of a change. I think the difference is, you know, in your Sunday league and you have players, trying to name some non-league Sunday league teams in Coventry now. Like I remember Whitley was quite a good team. Had Dunlop. So how I would describe it is the best players from each team would then sort of merge into one at Cov Academy at the time. But for me, at a young age, I remember it used to be all about angles. Do you know what I mean? I used to talk about triangles quite a lot and passing, like you said, the patterns. And even little things like turn around, taking a picture, scanning your shoulder. Little things like that, you know. I loved it. I just loved learning. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with it. And I was until I finished, to be fair. I was obsessed with it. So
fair play. What about staff at Coventry? So you had a little spot. We had time with Tony Mowbray, academy manager Richard Stevens, people like that. Any more you want to mention? I mean, talk about those staff and that you worked with.
Yeah, on the top of my head now, Rich Stevens obviously was really good for me. Had him throughout all the years growing up. Same as Gregor Rioch. Gregor was unbelievable. So Greg and Rich, you know, played a massive part in my development. Lee Carsley, when he came in at the time as well. Yeah. Everyone called me his love child at the time, but I think because he's had a similar playing style to me, of course, you know. Yeah. But he was brilliant for me, and I learned a lot off him.
While he was playing?
No, so he came to Coventry 18s at the time. Okay, it was one of his first coaching jobs after, when he was getting the badges or whatever, you know.
Look where he is now.
Well, exactly, but it don't surprise me again, because similar probably mindset to myself and the way he lived his life. Even now, I think he's still, you know, fit as fuck. Like, he runs and still plays for the Vets, I believe, or something. So, you know, fair play to him. And then, first team, like you said then, Tony Mowbray, unbelievable, mate.
Yeah, you said off air, didn't you, how much of a good bloke he was?
Unbelievable. Just such a good footballing bloke. Like I said earlier, even if he left you out of the team, he'd let you know why, and he'd break it down for you in the right way. Just honest, transparent guy. And just a proper footballing bloke. Like, really, really good.
But it's good to hear that even at that level, them things are still happening, because there's so much money floating around at that higher level, and you'd think that, you know, it's like you said, Ivor, it's more of a business, like at that end. And I know it's still football and stuff, but you know, when you're managing on a Sunday morning and it's your mates, like, you want to give them a reason why, because you feel like there's loyalty there. But it's good to know that it still happens at the higher levels of the game as well, like, because realistically, and it probably does happen in the footballing world, some managers think, I ain't got to fucking tell you nothing. Do you know what I mean? Your wages are getting paid every single week. If I don't want to play you, I don't have to. I'm the manager. But the fact that he still did that, I think is massive kudos to him, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
Even though he did a shit job at West Brom. Sorry, Tony. For the second time round.
Did he give you your first opportunity?
No. So I saw my first pro contract when I was 15.
Yeah.
So that was actually Andy Thorne. And again, this is about football, a bit of luck, right place, right time. So I didn't know this. We played Southampton. I think it was a pre-season game down at Alan Higgs, back when he had the under-18s pitch, and it was sort of like down the slope where you could watch it, you know. And again, playing behind a striker, first 15 minutes, I haven't had a kick, haven't had a sniff. And they sent Andy Thorne to come watch me. So they wanted to give me a pro, but they basically needed, I don't know, sign-off or whatever, you know. And then after 15 minutes, got the ball out my feet, 30 yards. I've just smashed it out of frustration more than anything, top bins. And then I've heard after that, he went and said, yeah, give him his pro contract. So it's just a little bit of luck along the way. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what was that for me. So
fair play to you though, because you could have gone then. I fucking half turned out. I fucking took a lovely touch out my feet and I've smashed it into the top bin. But you went out of frustration. I've just whacked it and it's gone straight into the top bin.
Yeah, we'll edit that later. Yeah. So I got on the half turn right and I smashed it. That's the truth though. Yeah, I pinged it 30 yard and to be fair, the keeper helped me out a bit and all. He parried it into the top bins. So
right.
Yeah, it's one of them, bit of luck, and he was like, yeah, give him the pro. So
you got your pro before you even started your scholarship?
I was in year 10 when I got my professional contract, and at the time I had to keep it quiet. But I did my work experience. You have work experience at school.
Yeah.
So year 10, year 11. So a lot of lads, like, I guess probably my personality, a lot of lads would go into like a warehouse or whatever. I knocked on the door to Gregory Ark and Rich Stevens and said, I want to be with the 18s. I want to do a bit of the 18s, like, and I thought it'd be like filling up the bottles, basically just being busy around the place and stuff. And then they let me train. So I was like, brilliant. And then I started training, mate, and I was performing.
Really?
I was doing well.
Yeah.
So I was 15, they would have been 18 and stuff, 16, 17, 18, and I was doing well. And I think that was then for them, they're like, okay, well, maybe we've got a bit of a player here, and I think that was maybe the start of it for my pro contract, really. Yeah.
How'd you note that down on your forms that you've got to send back to the school? So for work experience, I joined in with the under 18s.
Yeah, but even little things like they took me to Ewood Park for the youth cup. I was in the squad, but I wasn't on the bench or anything like that. But again, great experience at 15 years old. Going to Ewood Park and having that. It's brilliant. So
it seems to me like you were well ahead of your time, like in your mind. So
even then, I think I was quite old school as well, though. Like, I used to love bits that other lads used to hate. When you have the jobs and stuff. So we used to have to clean the corridors, even go up to the first team. When you're under 18s, you clean the boots and that. I loved it. Loved it. Because you start engaging with the first team lads, cracking a bit of banter and stuff. You start immersing yourself into that world. Whereas now, football's changed. That would be considered bullying now. It's like, it's good grounding for the lads.
Whose boots did you have?
I had Leon Clark.
Did you?
Yeah.
Clark.
Mate, what a guy.
Yeah.
Is he the one that had a fight with Paolo Di Canio?
Yeah, in the tunnel. Yeah. And I can see why. Don't get me wrong, I've never seen Leon Clark smile. But I'll tell you a story now. So, Christmas bonus. You get your bonus for cleaning the boots, right? So everyone's getting their bonuses and stuff. You get some tight fuckers, I tell you that. Some lads got like 20, 30 quid. And Leon Clark come into... at the time, we were based at the first team. We had this one little... Some of the lads, if they're watching this, will be laughing. Because we had like probably a room this size. And it's about fucking 20 of us in this room. Yeah. And it's right next to the first team dressing room. But Leon Clark come in and was like, yo, Ivor, come here. So I was like, what? And he was like, how much do you want for Chris's bonus? And I was like, Leon, just anything, mate. Like, don't worry about it. Because, I don't want to be cheeky.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say give me a couple of grand, mate, And he's like, well, how much do you want? I was like, honestly, mate, don't worry. He's like, how much do you want? So I was like, 20 quid, just 20 quid. He started laughing, walked off. And he's come back with his wallet, just got all the cash out of his wallet. He said, have a good Christmas. About 500 quid.
Fair play.
At the time for me, bearing in mind, I'm on 80, 90 pound a week, scholarship wage. What a guy, mate. What a guy.
That's incredible.
So little things like that people don't see. And that's probably the first time I'm telling that story public.
Yeah.
What a guy.
But that's why, it's fair play. He
They're the stories we love.
Yeah, definitely. And they're the ones you like to hear as well, that players just like...
Yeah, because
I'll look after you. You're looking after me. I'll look after you.
Yeah, but the media can be quite a cynical thing, can't it? Because if you look over the media, Sky Sports, Leon Clark has always been painted out to be a really bad guy.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why it's probably nice for me to tell that story. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because
we'll tag him in it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But he's that's brilliant. That is just because like the first thing that I said, that's the geezer that had a fight with Paolo Di Canio in the tunnel.
Exactly, yeah.
There's loads of other stories about Leon Clark as
He's
well.
played for some top clubs, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's respect as well. Like, at the same time, I was out there, in December, cold mornings, cleaning his boots, and I was doing a good job. And I made sure I was everything to do best of my abilities. To make sure everything was spot on for him. And then fair play to him, he acknowledged it. Some lads didn't, tell you that. Some lads got absolutely shafted.
Yeah, I bet they did.
So
So it's nice you got a good one there. Because I'd be a bit pissed off.
What'd you spend it on?
I put it in the bank, mate.
I wouldn't blame you.
Mate, again, I'm bored. I was quite, even at that age, I was still saving money and stuff. saving it for rainy days, so investments and stuff. So
well ahead of his time,
well
weren't
ahead of his time. That's it. I've lost my trail of thought, but I love hearing about those old school players like Leanne Clark. Who else was in the first team during your time? Like Carl Baker,
Leon Best,
and
Bakes. I didn't really.
Bakes.
Bakes was around when I was sort of maybe knocking on the door a little bit, but I think he left and went to MK that sort of time. I think. Can't remember, but John Fleck was around.
John Fleck.
What a player, mate.
Michael Doyle.
Yeah,
Doyle. This is I'm good about this because I know of Doyley. I've spoken to him before a couple of times, but me and him are obviously similar players. Like, would love to even train with Doyley. Never got a chance to train with him. Would have loved it.
He
probably would have smashed me, like, you know what I mean? But,
yeah, Bob. the guy that I was talking to you about earlier, who I worked with, who was at Cov, he was saying that Doyle was incredible in training.
Yeah.
Like, trained as he played.
Yeah. I've heard that from all the lads as well. But even the off season, like, you know, before you go out to pre-season, he's out doing 10k runs every day. He's like militant, mate, you know. And you need that as well.
Yeah. Well, that's why he was club captain for
quality
so long.
career, yeah.
He's managing non-league at the minute.
Yeah.
Woking, I believe.
Really?
Or I don't know if he's still there, but I know he's managing because he had Dion.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I thought he had Dion at one point, yeah.
Dion.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the contract situation. When that happened to you, was that was that a normal thing to get a professional contract at like 15?
Not at 15. There were still lads there that were 17, 18 without pro contracts, and I had one at 15. That's what I think they told me to keep it quiet for a little bit, so I went probably half a year without telling anyone. And then I just said to them, look, like, I've got to start telling people because...
Because nowadays it's probably very normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like lads being picked up at like 13 or whatever and buying houses from all sorts.
Yeah,
I imagine it was harder back then to get a...
What was that like? When was it, like 10 years ago maybe?
No, longer than that, 14 years
14 years ago.
29. Thank you, though, yeah.
Sorry.
That was the best bit. Me signing my pro contract was probably the best thing that I did at Coventry. The most special thing to me, 100%, because I deserved it as well. So at 15, I know I was young, but I was doing everything right and I deserved it. And
what number did you get?
You don't get a squad number when you sign the pro contract, no. So when you first get into a squad, then you get a number,
right?
I believe. And again, I had a lot of numbers. I think the first one I was maybe like 39, then it was like 28, 26, 24, you know.
Built your way down.
Yeah.
Did they set out like a clear like plan for you as well? Like, we want you to do this, and be here by then, and or is it just sort of like, look, just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll get where you need to get to?
I think the latter really, right, mate. Yeah. Just keep on doing what you're doing. For me, the way I saw it was, my dad summarised it perfectly for me when I signed the pro contract. He was like, look, you're at the top of the small ladder, now you're at the start of the big ladder. Do you know what I mean? So it's this ain't, don't get carried away with this now. You sign your pro contract, this is a start for you. So even that, like, even in fitness tests and stuff, you know, after you do the yo-yo tests and stuff, I think they might have been a bit worried, as in like, if I maybe wasn't giving it everything like I was before, but it was the opposite. I was like, I've got my pro contract now, next thing's me getting fucking first team. That means nothing to me. I'll get in the first team now, and as early as possible, you know.
I imagine the type of person you were, though, it'd have been pretty hard to sort of raise the bar that you were already at, because I imagine that when you are 15 and you're getting a pro contract, you're thinking to yourself, what do I need to do now to get into that first team? Was that going through your head at all, or was it just, I just need to stay at the level that I'm at now and then I'll be okay? Or were you thinking, what more can I do?
It's simple. I think for me, just if you give it everything every day, I think, to be fair, Lee Kazi one time, I know he said this to a group of the lads in their 18s, I wasn't in the room, but he singled me out in front of them and said, you look at Ivor, right? He's not the best player in the world. I think he might have said that, actually. Yeah. But he was like, but he maximises what he's got every day. Every day. And that's what you got to do. Simple as that. You know, if you go look at yourself in the mirror after training every day and think, I'll give it everything, that's it. You can't do more than that. So even at training, I always wanted to be the best player on the pitch. And if I wasn't, I'd go home and think about it. Why wasn't I? And the next day, you know, and even the first team, mate, training, I think it's like you start training at 9:30, your day's done by 12 o'clock. He was in the gym. I was in the gym all the time in the afternoon and doing bits and bobs, out in the afternoon kicking a ball or improving on my game, what I needed to work on, you know. But that's the mentality you got to have. Yeah.
Was it sort of frustrating for you when you were training and you had people that weren't working as hard as you were around you?
100%. I just didn't understand it. What are you doing here? That was genuinely my thought process. What are you doing here? Or even if someone's late, why are you late? Especially young lads that haven't got kids and they're not doing the school runs and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you late? Like, it's a privilege coming to play football as a job.
Yeah.
It is. You know what I mean? Like, we're living lads' dreams here. You got to give it everything because for me, I've got no regrets in my career because I give it everything every day.
Yeah, that's brilliant though.
But a lot of lads will look back and think, if I just done that, if I didn't going down and start drinking down the park with the lads, if I'd done that right. But for me, I'll give it everything. Didn't work out because I'm injury and that was it. So, that's life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a great way of putting it.
It is, mate.
Yeah. You had a loan at Nuneaton Town. Talk about when that happened.
Yeah, I hated that.
Did you?
Yeah.
So was that when you were like, what age was that?
That's not against the club, by the way. Nuneaton, obviously a good club. I think I was 17, 18. So it was when I was probably I wanted to get in the first team. Excuse me. I wanted to get in the first team, but they advised me to go out and get men's football. So they sent the gaffer at the time to come watch me. I think I was playing QPR away. I had a good game. And then he was like, yeah, we'll get you down at Nuneaton. Went down there to get games in centre midfield. Straight away, I'm right back. First game of the season. Mate, I've never took a throw in my life. Right? And you know, people say to you, like, but you're a footballer, you shouldn't have to take a throw in. If you play centre mid your whole career, and then you go out and start taking throw ins, it's different. I'm telling you now. Yeah. I might get slagged off for that, but I don't care. Because I've never took throw ins.
It's a fair point, eh?
I've never took throw ins my whole career, and I've gone to playing right back. And then when you're 17, 18-year-old lad, and you got like fans there now and shouting stuff to you. One of my first games, I think, was Nuneaton Tamworth.
Oh, wow.
What a game to go into.
Can you remember what level would Nuneaton have been in at the time?
This was Conference North.
Right,
I believe. Conference North, yeah. One of my first games was Tamworth away. And I was getting slagged off left, right, centre. Yeah.
Was it a bit of a not a wake-up call, but did you see a difference in style of play?
Everything, yeah. More physical. Even little things like off the pitch and that, lads might go for a drink after game, stuff like that. That wouldn't happen at Cov. But it was good though, it was a good learning curve. But again, going back to what I said earlier, so important thing for me is when you go into a new club, you want to get respect off the lads. Yeah. This lad's fucking, shit hot. You want to put in a shift in that, And then I'm going to playing right back and I'm thinking, fuck, like, I'm playing right back here. Like, don't get me wrong, I think I had 3 or 4 games there, to be fair. So it was cut short because the whole point was getting games in midfield. And I was still putting a shift, still give everything, but I don't feel like I was myself there. Yeah. And didn't give a good account of myself.
You're not playing your natural position for like however long you've been playing centre midfield.
But even from their point of view, so why are you playing me right? You see him playing midfield in a game at Coventry. Yeah, a lot look of him. We'll get him in. Play me in position. You haven't seen me play.
But surely Cov can say something there. Surely Cov can go, no, we've brought him to you to play him in.
That's what should have happened. Yeah. But like I said, it was a month's loan, and I was straight back to Cov. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Did enjoy it.
Did you tell him your frustrations?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I was still training with Cov a little bit as well, and I was explaining what was going on. But after the month was up, I think I had 3 or 4 appearances there, and I was straight back.
I suppose in a way, like you said, it gave you a really good benefit of men's football.
Yeah.
That because obviously you would have been playing like a lot of academy stuff, like sort of behind not in front of many fans, maybe like games where it's youth football, and then to go into that, we always get it of you're playing men's football where it fucking means something. 3 points, people's livelihoods, and all that, innit?
You've hit the nail on the head there. 3 points. It's actually 3 points. This wing takes into the playoffs, and lads, like you said, livelihoods on the line. Sorry, they're playing to get promoted, and then I don't know what they're doing their contracts, so it's double the money or whatever. That's the thought process rather than 21s football. Well done, lads. You had 60% possession today. It don't mean nothing, So I'd say to any young lads, to be fair, if you get a chance, go and play men's football. It means something, and a lot more is on the line.
Do you think? I know yours was only a month loan. Do you think it's easy to pick up not bad habits, but sort of non-league habits when you're going out on loan to clubs and stuff like that, or did you manage to maintain your professionalism in the way that you played and stuff?
I maintained it fine, yeah. But again, like I said, I was still training at Coventry and stuff as well.
Right.
So it was easy for me, but I could see how lads could fall into that, if they're going out after the games and stuff and start drinking and all that. And that's nothing wrong with the non-league lads. Fair play to them. But it's very different to probably the professional mindset of recovery and things like that, I'd say. You know?
Remember what players were at Nuneaton when you were there? I'm just trying to think what squad it might have been.
I think Shane Byrne might have been there at the
Shane
time.
Byrne, yeah,
Shane,
Byrne,
yeah.
Class
I've had
player.
Shane on. Yeah.
Class player,
Good
mate.
man,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good lad, he is, Shane, yeah. I'll be honest, I can't remember. I know faces, but names
Yeah.
I'm struggling with.
Do you remember what
Tell you
year
who was
it
there.
was?
Tell you who was there. Marlon Harewood was
Yeah,
there.
yeah, so it was around that
Bloody
time.
hell.
that
Yeah, to be
Marlon
fair,
Harewood-
I got one assist one game. I put in a cross for him last minute, and I think he headed one in. Yeah, but he was there.
So
Yeah.
what year would that have been?
Yeah, because I remember that era of Marlon Harewood, Shane Byrne being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going back now, like what, 11 years, 11, 12 years now. So
Gaz wouldn't have been there.
No,
Gaz wasn't there.
No.
No.
Gaz wouldn't have been there.
Guys, Adam Walker and that, they weren't there at the time.
No.
No. We'll
It's
have to look.
interesting.
We'll have to look back at that.
I'll definitely have to look back and see. Because I remember that team, like Marlon Harewood. I remember that signing Marlon Harewood. I was like, fucking hell, like.
I was in America
Marlon Harewood?
when Nuneaton signed Marlon Harewood. I was in America, so and I was 26 then. So
Right.
that was a nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah. But you obviously went back to Cov after that, continued. And then did you find yourself in the first team then, or was it still a bit to get to the first team?
Excuse me. You're going back a while now, to be fair, but I think I went back and I kept knocking on the door, just saying what have I got to do to improve. And that's probably when my frustrations kicked in, was when I got pushed to centre half quite a lot. Because one of my main strengths was going back to earlier about the aggression, tenacity and stuff. But I read the game really well, you know. So sometimes I get pushed to centre half. Wasn't the tallest, but I could always nick it in front of a striker or read the game well, you know, position myself correctly. But yeah, knocking on the door, and I would always ask what I've got to improve on. And I'd make it obvious that I was improving on it, and little things like you go out in the afternoon on your own and work on your heading or something like that, you know, just getting the gaffer's eye. But there was situations where I felt like I should have made my debut a lot earlier than I did, and that's what really probably pissed me off, to be honest. We had one pre-season. We went to Italy, and I was playing right mid again. Playing right mid. I'm not a winger. I ain't gonna step over my life and get a nosebleed. But I was doing really well. I was just being a rat on the side basically. And I had one game against Roma B, like their second team, whatever, and absolute was flying. Andy Turner wrote me a good write up in the paper, blah blah blah. First game of the season is Bradford away. I'm not even in the squad, and I'm just I've had the best preseason I could have wished for. I'm not even in the squad, and that's when I think some lads struggle with that when it's a bit demotivating for you. Think I couldn't have done anything more there, and I'm still not getting a sniff, you know. So my debut should have come really a year, 2 years before it did, you know. And my debut was obviously still a really good memory for myself, but that's what going back to earlier. Signing my pro contract, I deserved it at that time. Yeah. I felt like I deserved my debut earlier as well, you know.
Well, we've got here that your debut, and we might be wrong, was coming on as a sub against Yeovil.
Yeah,
is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Let's talk about that then. How was that? It's finally come round. You've made the squad. Did you know, or did you think at the time when you were sat on the bench, I'm gonna get on here? Or
I had a feeling, yeah. Obviously, Tony Murray being the gaffer, I knew he liked me. Before that as well, I think I was on the bench like 4 or 5. You know, it's like it was sort of there. You know, 4 or 5 games on the bench. I think I played last 20, 25 minutes. Didn't do the best when I come on, obviously nerves and stuff, you know. But it was a massive achievement for me that I can say to everyone I play for my hometown club.
Yeah.
You know, that would always be with me. No one could take that away. So
was that League One or League Two at the time?
League One at the time. Yeah. So I left before they went dound to League Two.
Right.
Yeah. That was actually a cup game at the time. I think it was Johnson's Painting Trophy, I think they called it back then. Yeah. And obviously it was a special moment for me, and especially for me. Like my granddad was in hospital at the time, God rest him. But to take my debut shirt to him was a good feeling as well. You know, that was more special probably than the debut itself. But like I said, I felt like my debut should have come a lot earlier than it did. So I'm happy I did it. Of course, you know, I play for my hometown club, always be a Sky Blues boy. So
yeah. No, I can't imagine that. That's a nice feeling, is it? And especially when you worked so much for that, and like you said, the frustrations going along of it should have been sooner, you know, and all that build up to then it finally happened. It's obviously that bit of release as well. Did you feel like then, right, I've done this now, I'm going to get my first start and things like that? Did you feel that was going to come?
Yeah, that was it. I think that was like a tick in the box for me. I was like, right, now I've really got to kick on. And And I'm guessing you know what happened a week later.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
obviously, like
yeah.
from a real high of making your debut, massive low the week after, suffered a serious knee ligament injury. Talk about that, obviously.
Yeah, so made my debut on the Tuesday night. The following Monday, playing Crystal Palace, reserve game. First 5 minutes of the game, some lads come into my knee, bang, snapped my medial, my ACL and meniscus.
Jesus.
So didn't tear, snapped fully, you know.
Yeah.
What does that look like then? Like, where's he come from? What?
It's a good question. So it wasn't like an overly dirty tackle. The ball was bouncing,
Right.
and I've sort of hooked it, but he's come into my standing leg, and my standing leg straight.
Yeah.
So it's sort of just, picture me, that's my knee, it's just gone bang, bang, like sort of outpaced
Oh
back
my
in.
God, yeah.
So all ligaments around the front. And you know, you hear lads now that do, like, they'll tear their ACL. It's not probably as bad as an injury as it was, you know, back in the day. But for me, because I've done all three,
Yeah.
it was the trauma of doing it all at the same time. So my knee just, you know.
Did you know straight away?
No, I actually got up.
I love
No,
that.
but again, I never liked staying down. So for me, I had like my shin pads on, and they come like they were on the back of my calf, right? So I just stood mark there, and it was just gushing out blood. So I thought, it's just like a fucking dead leg, you know. So went off on the sideline. I was with my physio, Pauline, her name was at the time, and I started jogging up and down, just trying to shake it off, you know. Mum and dad in the stand as well. And I've turned round, and I just felt it sort of like wobble. It's like my whole body just give way to that side.
Yeah.
Can't describe it, you know. And I kept on saying to myself, it's just a knock. Went into the change room. I was left on my own today. That probably wasn't a good thing. But I was on my own for the rest of the first half, and my body was just shaking. My whole body. And again, I knew it was painful.
Shock.
I got quite high pain threshold myself. But even on the bus, you know, I was saying to myself, it's just a dead leg. I'm fine. Just a dead leg. I'll be out for a week, 2 weeks, you know. A couple of days later, my whole side of my leg, black and blue.
Oh my
Again,
God,
I'm still convincing myself in my mind, it's just a knock. I'll get through this. Be fine, you know. And then went for my scans and that. And then, got a call from Dave Hart, physio. Mm-hmm. Great guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Dave Hart, unbelievable, right? I hope he's watching this now to hear that, because he helped me out through a lot of shit at Coventry. He called me up and said, it's not good news, mate. You're looking at about 18 months.
Jesus.
I'm not, I'll burst out crying, you know.
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Yeah, just burst out crying. I haven't cried now in years. I'm not a big crier, but my emotions were just all over the place, you know. Debut and then out for 18 months. I went to go see the surgeon, Pete Thompson. I think he lives down in Leamington. And I could tell in my meeting, I could tell the way he was looking at me. He was thinking, you do well to come back from this. Like, you know.
It's one of them where they're going, we advise you never to play football again. It's sort of like one of those sort of
like, you know,
looks,
when he
innit?
said the eyes never lie, I could read his eyes, and I knew what he's. But again, for me, my mentality, I was convinced myself, I'll come back stronger. And I'm trying to prove people wrong as well, you know. And to be fair, I did come back strong. Like, I came back, I was fit as fuck. I came back like my body fat was really low. I put on a lot more muscle as well, a lot more physical when I came back. But the thing for me was, when I come back, I didn't have pain when I was playing. I could still play now. It was after my knee just ballooned up,
Okay.
and it never settled down. So if I had a game on a Saturday, I could get man of the match, have a like class game. But then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'd be limping. I couldn't train. I was having those cortisone injections, you know, steroid injections
I've
in my
just
knee
had one recently,
all the time. They were draining my knee all the time.
Horrible.
And I just, you know, and that's obviously when I left Coventry, I went to non-league for a bit. Again, I was just battling through it all the time, but convincing myself, I need to get back to that level. I need to get back. My body just was telling me, you know. And I sat down again with a surgeon. He said, look, mate, you carry on the way you are. By the time you're 30, which is in a couple of months, said you're going to walk with a limp for the rest of your life, you know. So I just, you know, I knew then it was time to knock on the head, you know.
What was that process like? So you said you came back and you were fit as you'd ever been. You whacked on the size. You felt really, really good. But let's talk about in between that process of the injury and then sort of coming back. How strong did you have to be, and like what did that look like from the outside looking in for somebody that has just done basically fucking blew their knee out? What does it look like day to day?
Yeah, good question. I think mentally, first of all, I had 2 weeks where I was sat around feeling sorry for myself, big time, right? And then it just sort of hit me, thinking, oh, fucking, I'm sat around here. I've got a bad knee. End of the day, it's a horrible injury, but I've got a fucking bad knee.
Yeah.
There's people out there going through a lot worse than me.
Yeah.
So how fucking selfish am I, sitting here, lying there in bed, thinking, like, feeling sorry for myself? Do you know what I mean? I'll get back to running and stuff. Some people probably never get a chance to run in their life, you know what I mean? So I had that mindset, like 2 weeks, I felt sorry for myself. And after that, it was like a light switch for me. I was like, nah, that's a shit mentality. And after that, I've just been, you know, I was just trying to get back stronger, but it was horrible, the recovery, horrible. Like when you do an ACL injury, because I've done all three as well, they say the worst bit is bending your leg again, you know, getting the flexibility. Yeah. It's not. The worst bit's fucking straightening your leg.
Oh, yeah.
So I literally had it like locked in, and Dave out the physio would just go bang, bang, bang on my knee.
Oh my God.
I'm there, mate, with these 2 stress balls in my hand, like AirPods in or headphones, whatever. I just fucking like get me through it. So, and that was every day for months.
How is that helping?
Because you got to get your legs straight again.
Yeah, you got to.
Yes, when you're walking and stuff now, like you got to get it straight as you can again. If you don't go through that, that's when like
you have like a kink in your knee and like your leg will be like.
That's rank.
That's why sometimes you see now. Sometimes players have then their leg in a machine which will like move it back and forth to a straight position.
Like manipulation type thing.
Like manipulation type thing. It's mad. Like, but I want to say like fair play for you, like for shouting at the physio there, because I think sometimes physios can be like a bit
just forgotten
that they spent so much time with you. You probably spent more time with him than your family or
that's
whatever.
That's how I got close to him
things
as well.
like that. Like, and it's like he's put that time into you, which is like.
But more so for that as well, because his banter's top drawer as well, by the way.
Always
so like little things like going in and cracking a joke, you know, and like little things like then we signed Joe Cole, right? I never got a chance to kick a ball with Joe Cole, which I'm gutted about. Right? I never got a chance to train with him, but Joe never really trained at Coventry, so he was in the physio room a lot getting treatment and that. So I got quite pally with him.
Okay.
So little things like when I was going from rehab, I was fucking on the bed next to Joe Cole. I'm like, this is class. Well, not class, but you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to be injured, at least I've got good company, you know?
Yeah.
But Dave Hart was more so mentally. He would know how to like treat me and lift me up when I'm a bit down and stuff. And equally, I think, to be fair, like he just said, do this, and I did everything to the letter. But the rehab process was tough, man. I'm not going to lie. It was hard work, like when you're doing your squats and stuff again. Because I had 8-9 weeks where you can't walk. So I was in the brace, and your leg just goes like, it's like a pencil. You've got no muscle. And even now, my quad muscle on this leg is still not as good as that. And even in the gym now, because I'm into my fitness and stuff, I do a lot of stuff still for my knee to this day.
That's good though. Good.
Yeah. But even when I'm walking, I hear it crunching all the time, and it's just part of my life now. You know? So
it just sounds like such a. You went in that period. You went through such a roller coaster of emotions where, for 2 weeks you sat and felt sorry for yourself. Then you were back to the Ivor that we know of going, fucking hell, what am I doing? Like, there's people that are worse than me. And then you're on the bed and you're fucking grabbing them stress balls, and it's horrible for your pain. But then you meet Joe Cole and you're there. It's such a roller coaster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you say that was your hardest moment in football, that injury?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was a moment I was probably rock bottom. And then going back to my granddad as well, God rest him, he passed away around the same sort of time. So that was like, so that's tough as well, you know. But I think in a way that probably helped me, because I know what he would say to me, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not fucking sitting around feeling sorry for myself, you know. And that was tough. But it's sport at the end of the day as well, you know. I've had a lot of injuries before that as well, my ankle and stuff, and you've got to learn to bounce back from it. A lot of lads will go for their ACLs and stuff now. You know, I think with technology and stuff, it's a lot better. With me, I did all three, so that was a problem for me. If I just done my ACL, I'd still playing football now full time. It's the fact I did all three at the same time, and the trauma, my knee just couldn't deal with it anymore, especially the way I played, you know, because I was sort of the box-to-box aggressive midfielder, you know.
Did you come back to play again, like for Cov? Like even if it was like under 21s or under 8 or whatever it was?
Yeah, I did. So I came back actually. So they said 18 months out, but I came back after 13, 14 months. Nice. But again, I was out of contract, so I maybe rushed back a little bit. But I remember, so I was coming back playing games, and I played my first 90 minutes against Millwall away. Right, had a good game. I was imagine me in that game as well. By
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
I loved that game. And then I got called in to the manager's office, and then let me go, release me. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's football. Like, I've been at Coventry from 6-7 years old to 21. You know, it was promising extension when I come back, and then that happened. You know,
Who was it at the time? Who was the gaffer?
Mark Venus. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember he managed Mark Venus.
Yeah, but he's caretaker at the time, because obviously
Yeah,
that's when
that's
Mowbray had left. Like,
Right,
but
okay.
that's football as well. You know, obviously I was bitter and I was angry for a long time. I still trained at the club, wasn't getting paid or anything, but I still trained to keep my fitness up for like 4 or 5 months after, whilst I went on different trials and stuff. But then when you get older, you realise it's a business end of the day as well, you know. And for me, to be fair, as I've got older now, I realise my knee was never in a state to go full time again, you know. So I've dealt with it probably a bit better.
must have been heartbreaking though for you. You were, like you said, you were a local Cov lad. You always wanted to play for Cov.
You had your professional contract at 15.
That
It was like written in the stars, you would sort of say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that conversation, like the emotions that you must have gone through then, because I imagine that it's such a hard conversation to have. You know, some people could just go, "Sorry, mate, but this is the end of the road."
It's the way it was done after my first full game back.
Yeah,
That's
fucking...
and that was, I weren't happy about that, you know. But yeah, less said the better, probably.
Yeah.
You know, because
What you mentioned, obviously you left and you went on some trials and had a go. What did they look like? What were the reasons why it never happened?
went to Port Vale on trial,
Yeah,
and there was about 6-7 trialists. They narrowed it down to one, which was me. Was doing really well. Danny Pugh. Do you remember Danny Pugh?
Yeah,
Old Man
Danny Pugh.
United.
'Cause he was at Coventry, and then he was there, so I sort of latched onto him a little bit when I was trialling and stuff. Was doing really well, training with the first team. Came up to 21's game. Michael Brown was the manager. Do you remember him? So again,
Portsmouth centre midfielder.
yes, I think he was at Leeds and Sheffield United as well, if I'm right.
Yeah. Tottenham as well.
Yeah, quite a tough tackling, hard player, like, you know. So again, I knew he liked me. Played in the 21's game, and we got absolutely battered 5-6-0. Didn't get a kick. And after that, they were like, "Oh, off the back of that, we can't sign you." And I was just like, "You've seen me for 2 weeks with the first team. I've played with the 21s." And to be fair to him, didn't have a good game, admittedly, but we didn't have a sniff, the whole team, you know. And it's tough. Going on trial is tough, you know. You go into an environment with 20 lads in a room, they're all cracking banter. You're new, you know, the new fish or whatever, you know. I also went to Inverness in Scotland. Loved Inverness as a place, to be fair. Again, pulled my hamstring on the right side as well.
okay.
So I was having problems. But again, I was always trying to convince myself,
Yeah.
get through it. And then Hell Zone were knocking on the door. Matty Clark was texting me non-stop. Get on really well, Matty Clark, to be fair.
He was at Redditch as well.
Yeah, Redditch Gaffer. I don't know.
yeah.
I think he's back there now. I want to say, but he's done well there as well. But he's texting me non-stop, and then I sort of give in and say, "Oh, I'll come for a couple of games, get my fitness up, blah blah," and just sort of Hell Zone. What a football club! What a football club!
Good history. How's that?
Proper fans.
Yeah.
The ground is like old school, in it. Like
The Grove, mate. Proper fans.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
just you go into a tackle and you get they're all behind you. You know, it's proper people. Love my time there. My uncle and my dad still go to every Hell Zone game.
Really?
Fair
Yeah.
play.
They sort of fell in love with the club, like yeah. So
That's incredible.
That's a
and
cool
I'll go
one,
up when I can, to be fair, to see
Yeah.
people and stuff. You know, like the owners are brilliant, and some of the old gaffers out there were great. It's cracking little football club.
Did you come to sort of realisation, I asked this to Lowy last week, the fact that you'd gone from going trial at Port Vale to Inverness, you know, these big clubs, not saying that Howes Owen are not a big club, because in the non-league world they're massive, but were you okay with it? Were you like, you know, this is me now?
No, my plan was to play for Hell Zone, get some gains in the bout to go back up.
Right.
That's the plan. Yeah. And I think at the time I knew I was just trying to stay as high as I could. I wanted to stay full time. And I think looking back, that's probably the right thing to do as well.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll probably advise any lad to try and stay full time if they can. But if it comes to a point where you're doing nothing, then you've got to do something rather than nothing, you know? And again, you go from that, go back to the learning and Nuneaton. Hell Zone was my real proper first taste of non-league football in centre mid.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like you come back and you get man of the match. You made 4 or 5 passes the whole game, and you're thinking, "How the fuck have I done that?" But it's it's bang,
Tennis,
bang,
innit?
bang. Yeah, it's changed a lot now. It's changed now. I know it's a bit more structure and stuff. But when the pitches aren't very good, you know, it's in the winter and that, it's a dogfight, you know. So and some great lads at Hellzone as well, all like Brummy boys, you know.
They have some great players. They attract some really good, talented players. And yeah, I've been there a few times, and it's a cool place to go, like, especially when it's like filled in that as well. Like,
the thing is, though, one thing that I think really stands out for you, Ivor, is the way that you were as a player and the way that you described your style of play suits any level of football. Any. Because you always need that engine, that tenacity in the middle. You know, you rarely see nowadays 2 technically or 3 technically really good footballers that are all in centre midfield. You always need that fucking bite in there that's just going to break things down and that's going to drop on second balls and crash into things. And, you know, so I think it's tremendous that you still kept yourself in it. You were still convincing yourself, I'm okay, I'm fine, and not changing your style of play.
No, and it's balance as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I know we'll touch up on this in a bit, but going into sort of management and coaching, you've got to look at your team, excuse me, and you've got to look at the balance of the team as well, how different players complement each other, you know. You might have 2 centre-halves, one will be the one that's going to win, kick, head everything, the other's a ball-playing centre-half, you know, so you've got to have that partnerships all across the pitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important.
So, sum up that time at Hellzone. 2 years you spent there, didn't you? Sum up that time there. And
I think Hellzone, excuse me, I think Hellzone probably was the reason I stayed in football so long. I played about 80, 90 games for them, I believe. Again, was captain for a period of time. And yeah, loved it. Just the fans, brilliant. The club was brilliant. Loved every minute. But again, deep down, I was still struggling with my knee. Sometimes I wouldn't train. Ben was part-time, so you train on Tuesday and Thursday night. There'd be sometimes I play a game on a Saturday. I wouldn't train Tuesday or Thursday, play another game on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're doing that, that's when the wheels started turning in my head, thinking, how am I going to go full-time again if I can't play part-time? I was still performing in games and stuff, still doing well, but then my knee was just, you know, I was living, you know, the game-ready machine, the ice machine.
Yeah,
I was living on that and having ice baths and... Yeah, it was tough. Tough. But obviously left there after 2 years, went to Stratford Town. Again, was captain there. But that's when I was, in my head, I was thinking, I've got to knock this on the head, I think, you know.
Was that a drop down or same level?
Same league.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Same league.
Yeah, so we've got here, so over the next, 3 or 4 years, you had times at Stratford, as you said, Alvechurch, and Racing Club Warwick. So let's talk a little bit about this then. So obviously you've touched on Stratford already, but Alvechurch and Racing Club Warwick. Surely Alvechurch was a bit of a touch and go moment because they're so close to Hellzone, aren't they? Or
I played 1 game for Alvechurch.
Really?
Yeah.
1 game, yeah, that was it. I think, if I'm right. Darren Boyfield was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
Boy's great coach, to be fair, good lad. But that was it for me. Like my knee was done,
Really?
packed up. Yeah. So
What are those thoughts like coming into your head that you know that you're probably going to have to finish here now?
for somebody that's so driven as well, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But you know what's strange? When I made the decision, it was like a massive release of energy for me.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was just like, and again, like, I've only been emotional probably 2 times in front of my old man. Once when I got told about the injury,
Yeah.
and the second time when I told him I was giving up football. They're only 2 times I've ever got probably emotional in general, to be honest, you know. And again, going back to what I said earlier about giving back to my mum and dad because they'd done so much for me. That was the hardest bit for me. Do you know what I mean? It was, but it was a release of energy, and after that, I felt like I've definitely made the right decision. Even to this day now, I would love to go and kick a ball next weekend, but I know what the pain would be like after, you know.
You know the repercussions after.
Yeah, and I've done it a couple of times at charity tournaments and stuff like that, you know, but it was a massive release of energy for me. And as soon as I made the decision, I knew it was the right one.
Yeah. So then talk about going into that management and sort of side of things. What made you do that? Because you said you helped out management at Racing Club Warwick.
Yeah, I was assistant manager, Racing Club Warwick with Jason Poyet. Jason, great guy again. Still really close to him to this day. That was my first taste. Loved it. Racing Club Warwick, great little setup to be fair.
Yeah.
Great little setup.
Did you get the same buzz?
No. You don't get the same buzz as playing. Nothing comes close. But after a win, in a change room, your adrenaline's still there. Do you know what I mean? I find it more so, let's say you 1-0 up and it's last 5 minutes. I found myself on a sideline. You know, people's heart going up. I'm there kicking and heading every ball and you're on the sideline, you know. But people think it's when I stepped into management as well, I was very like, I wasn't a shouter and raver at lads unless someone shit out of a tackle, they weren't giving it effort. No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, if it was down someone made a bad pass but they're trying to do the right thing, I was more encouragement, and I care about their development as well, you know. I used to call it out to the boys all the time. I remember at Warwick when I first went there, and we had a really young team, so most lads were like 19, 20, and I'd say, right lads, who wants to be a professional footballer in this room? And they'd all be like, you know, yes, yeah. And I'm like, well, you were on the piss last night. You were on the piss last. You know what I mean? I was like, you fucking don't cheat yourselves. If you give it everything and do everything right, fair play to you. I'll help you as much as I can, but don't kid yourselves at the same time, you know. But no, I loved Racing Club Warwick, assistant manager there, and then the opportunity to come up at Coventry United. I went into Coventry United. I knew some of the boys like Aaron Willow, Leon Kearns at the time, Joe Kearns. Knew some of the boys, and I know they didn't have a gaffer at the time, so I just said, look, I'll come in, I'll do training for you, just to give you a bit of structure. And it evolved into me pretty much doing quite a lot there. Loved it, loved the management, loved it. But it did become like a full-time job because I'm very much all or nothing. And alongside what I'm doing now with fitness and business and stuff, it was impossible to manage everything, you know. You're spinning a lot of plates, but I would, in the future, I would definitely love to get back into the management. 100%, yeah.
When you were at Coventry United, did you have a coaching staff? Or even when you were at?
Not really, no. And to be fair, I was there in total. I don't know how long I was there for. Bear in mind, we had no budget. We weren't paying lads. I wasn't taking a penny from the club. I was out of pocket doing what I was doing. And I said to them at the time, again, there was a lot of like restructure and stuff, but I said, as long as it's done right, I'll do it. We had the first game of the season, I think it was Milton Keynes Irish, we played them, won 1-0 away from home. They finished third that season, so that was a great result looking back now. But I was there half an hour early, setting up everything, doing everything myself. I had to do like the secretary forms and things like that. I was doing everything, right? And after the game, I said, I'm done. That's me done, you know? Sometimes you've got to stick to your morals and stuff and say, you know, you've got to stand your ground with stuff.
Was that tough for you, though? In terms of, like, loving football, still being involved, to then go, nah, like, I'm walking
It's
away
tough when you
here.
go for a whole pre-season. You're trying to get lads into the club, and you're a salesman. You're selling the club. You know, you're selling what you're gonna do. We didn't have no money, bearing in mind, so you're trying to get lads to enjoy it more than anything and get a real togetherness and a winning mentality. You know, that was tough. But I said to them, if it's done right, I'll be there. If it's not, I'm off. It wasn't done right. See you later. You know.
How was it being a young manager? How old would you been then? 27.
Yeah, 26, 27 when I started doing it. It was fine. Loved it. Again, going back to leadership and stuff. But again, I wasn't like a ranter and raver. I didn't really shout at the boys or anything. And even like referees, you know, you see some managers that are just, they're relentless, mate. They're relentless. Like, I'm just like, you know, and it's all like all this on the sideline, and then it's like, if you're gonna come over and throw a punch or whatever, do it. But if you're not gonna, don't waste my time. And it's more, I felt sorry for the referees as well. You know, I'd always give respect to the referees. Having said that, there's a couple, you know, when they ignore you, that's what does my head in. A referee can make a bad decision, and I always say, if you tell me why, absolutely fine, mate, no worries. It's when you ask a question and they run off, and you know they can hear you. And you're like, come on, just show me some respect and like speak to me. You know?
I think it's worse though when you get the really busy ones that turn around. You know what, refs are? I'll take the piss. I do. I mean, and I know it's probably one of the hardest jobs in football, refereeing. It's you've got to be really strong character to do it. But they've all got the same type of run. You know, do you know what I mean? Though? And then they're always high pitched. So you'll go ref, because I've done it. I received one of my first ever bookings as an assistant manager. I'd never really been booked as a player. I think like once or twice, and I was going ref. ref, and they come to this high-pitched voice and they go, I don't want to talk to you right now. And you're just like, it just gets you angry.
But
like go teacher mode.
Yeah. Exactly that, like you're a child, go and sit on a noise.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, put your fucking hand down when you're talking to me.
It's a respect thing, but like going back to taking the piss, I used to have a lot of banter with the refs, even when I was playing. I used to love it. I'm telling you now as well, I say to lads, because when I was probably playing, I was obviously my aggressive style and that, but I always give referees quite respect.
Yeah.
And I'd love it if, like, I'd crack a little bit of a joke with them. You try and get them on side a bit.
Yeah.
Because then they're the ones that let you get away with a foul or two. So you play like a bit of a game with them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's an imperative part. Yeah, it's an imperative part of the game. Getting the ref on your side.
Yeah, 100%. But respect's important as well. Like little things. Like when I was at Coventry United, you leave a change room away from home, leave it spotless.
Yeah.
And I can't stand. And you see it a lot, you know, when clubs come and they leave shit all over the place, and you're thinking, it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing, you know. So
I'm gonna say it. I would love to see him back in management.
Yeah, 100%.
I would love to.
I would have loved to.
I'll be on the side.
See him playing still.
Fuck me, I'll be your assistant manager if you fucking wanted me to. I'd love it. I really old school. Do you know what I mean?
Is that? You obviously mentioned you'd like to go back into management when the time's right. So is that love for football still there then? Like that passion and that love to be involved in football, to be around lads and coaching and managing and all that stuff that goes with it, is that still there then?
100%. I think that one thing I'm good at is the man management side of it as well. That like sort of emotional intelligence, get the best out of lads. Similar to when you're captain, getting the best out of those around you, you know? I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of football now on the TV.
I was going to ask you that.
I don't watch a lot of football now because I think the game's gone to with VAR and stuff. It's like a pantomime, mate. Do you know what I mean? You can't celebrate a goal nowadays, or it winds me up. If I'm going to watch a game, my favourite games to watch are, if I'm being honest, the playoff games. Yeah. Probably Championship playoffs. I don't know if they've actually got VAR in those games, but also like League One, League Two. You know, those sort of playoff games. I love watching them.
Do you ever go and watch any non-league now, like any of your mates play, or...?
I try and pop up to see Cunny here when I can. I haven't seen him in a while, I'll be honest, because you know, just busy and stuff. But I go to Hell Zone when I can. I still get free tickets for Cov, so I still go up there when I can, you know, and bump into old faces and stuff, which is nice. But again, because a lot of what I do now as well, it is on the weekends and stuff, so it takes a lot of my time. But yeah, I love football, and I think I know football as well. It's been my whole life. I took a bit of a step away from it now, but if the right thing come up at the right time, I'd go for it, yeah.
Definitely, love it. What's been your biggest learn of your career? What's like the biggest thing that you learned about yourself, about your whole sort of time in football playing? What did you feel like a big learn for you was?
Good question. One thing I would say is just don't let the bastards grind you down. Do you know what I mean? Like, being serious, like, there's so many, I'm going to mention names now, but there's managers I've had clashes with and I haven't agreed with and that have had me bullshit in the past. People have their opinions on you. Just keep going. Keep going. Believe in your own ability. Work hard. Get your head down. That's what I'd say.
Great advice.
I don't want to sort of piss on your chips or anything here. And I know hindsight's a great thing and stuff like that. Where do you reckon you'd be now if that wouldn't have happened?
Playing for Coventry.
Do you think?
I think so, yeah. Bearing in mind, I signed my pro contract at 15, and we were a championship club at the time. I'll back myself still playing for Coventry now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Because I was going to say to you, do you still watch Cov now and think, oh, it was better than him?
Yeah, you know, look at someone like Josh Eccles. He's been there so long.
I know Josh well.
Yeah, no, but not here to like.
Yeah,
but
to be fair, what you're saying,
someone like Josh.
Josh, cracking player by the way as well. That's probably one of the hardest things as well when you see probably lads that younger than you and they've come through now. And obviously you're happy for them, you're buzzing for them. You knew that was you as well. That's hard to see, you know, from your point of view. But I'm always happy when I see like Josh come through, Jordan Shipley, lads like that, a bit younger. I love it. Love seeing them come through. It's great, man. It's great. But yeah, I think especially when Cov were like League One, League Two, I definitely backed myself playing for them then. Especially when like Doyler was there. So you had like Romain Vincelot, Doyler, players that I was probably similar mould to. I know I could have done a job then. Obviously they're in Championship now. Again, I always back my own ability. But you don't know, do you? You don't know.
No, that's hard, isn't it?
They say it's the hardest league in the world, don't they?
But for me, it was just playing for Coventry. Like, I had no other. And going back to Gregory up, Rich Stevens, they knew that I was Coventry through and through.
Yeah.
I had a chance to go to, when I was younger, Villa, Birmingham, all that, but it was just Coventry for me. Like, when I put on the shirt, it meant everything. And it still does now, Still want my kids to be Coventry fans. They will be Coventry fans. Always went with my kids. Okay. But, I back myself to playing for Coventry, 100%.
Brilliant.
Love it. Proper sky blue man.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Love it.
You love it, don't you?
Hopefully we'll be back at the. Well, hopefully we get. How do you reckon I'll do this year?
Yeah.
Under Frank.
Tough to say for me because I don't see a lot of I can't judge the players.
Yeah.
Obviously, Frank's done an amazing job. It's a different place now.
It is, isn't it?
It's
so different.
Even the training ground, it's all unrecognisable from when we were there.
Mad, isn't
Even
it?
like the road going in, and they've done stuff for, I know it sounds stupid, like the flowers and got like whole proper
Yeah,
setup.
I watched someone on YouTube the other day.
It's like a proper training ground. You see
it's
like
lovely.
and like just everything in terms of like the content they're putting out there. They're doing it like right. Everything's it's in a good place. There's a buzz around the place, which is great. And one thing I've noticed as well, past couple of years, it's nice to see a lot of fans going around wearing Cov shirts again.
Yeah, mate.
In Cov, you walk through town, or you just drive in your car. Everyone's wearing Cov shirts. Fucking brilliant, man. Because tell you what, when League One, League Two, it weren't happening.
No, it's a different place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I'll say this now, and I'm not just saying. I mean, I don't support Cov. I always have a look how they get on and stuff like that. And if I'm on Football Manager, I'll always have a season with Cov. But I wouldn't say I'm a West Brom fan, but that's who I follow.
Yeah.
And I actually went to West Brom versus Cov towards the back end of the season just gone. And I was so impressed with Cov, mate. And I tell you the thing that got me the most. Bearing in mind, when I was younger, I used to go to Highfield Road. And I've been to the Rico a lot, or the Coventry Building Society Stadium, whatever it's called now, yeah. Cov fans are class, mate.
Yeah.
They do not stop singing.
Yeah.
They do not stop. They took over Wembley, mate.
And to be fair, one thing that's never changed is Cov's away support has always been.
Yeah.
Good,
Cov's away support is
Yeah.
top class, and the home support now, past couple of years. That's football in general though. If Cov are top of the table, or even sniffing around, we're selling out every week.
Yeah.
If we're bottom of the table and we're doing shit, the numbers drop down. That's any club though. That's football, But I've noticed a massive shift past sort of 2-3 years. The atmosphere, everything. Obviously singing "We Live and Die in These Towers," little things like that.
It changes places, mate. It does.
It's a fortress now. It is. Yeah.
Honestly, if your football team are doing well, I'd love to see a stat on this. It changes cities, mate. I'm telling you.
agree.
Like, look at back in the day, I'd never go to Cov. I used to think, what a fucking shithole. I never back in the day, I'd go to Jumping Jacks and it was weird there, and you go the Collie and.
Oh,
and
we're
stuff
digressing
like that. No.
Nightclubs.
But wait, but then now look at the society that's there. Look at that Dylan's bar on Cov game days.
Yeah.
It's fucking pumping in there. It's incredible.
The only thing I would say is Jumping Jacks is closed down now.
It's always a disappointment.
But I don't know what's going on with Cov City Centre at the moment. I know we're going off track here, but a lot of places are closing down as well. I don't know what's going on.
Mate, living and eating.
One of them.
It's fucking even worse.
I'll always have I know we lost it, but the playoff final at Wembley.
Which one did you go to?
The one where
Year before?
Dabo's pen.
Yes.
Yeah, because I went to that game, and you know what? I'm not just saying it. As soon as he's walking up, he's missed it.
And
Everyone around us knew it as well. It's just the confidence in walking up. Everyone just knew as soon as he's walking up. Bless him, but
that atmosphere was unreal.
Yeah.
I'd never experienced anything like that before.
Yeah, but fair play to the fans as well, because I think they did. After that, Dabo got when he come back for Legends Day, good reception. I love seeing that. It's brilliant,
I'll touch on this, obviously fitness and life now, crazy intense with football and journey, and obviously now it's parked at the minute. It's not book's not closed, it's just parked. Obviously focusing on different things like your fitness coaching, and I've seen on your social media you're proper into your fitness and doing that. How has that been for you? And obviously it's something you enjoy doing and very passionate about. So
I love it, mate. Absolutely love it. It's been a passion of mine for years. Like I said, even when I finished football, I've always been in shape. I've put on probably a bit more muscle now for my playing days. I was a lot more leaner when I was playing. Not saying I'm fucking big now or anything, but you know what I mean.
You could, if
just
you,
a little
if
bit
you
bigger
watch
than I
it,
was.
You could fucking eat your dinner off them. I'm telling you. He's full of shit.
No, but I absolutely love it, and I've only really started to monetize it the past 2 years. I've done my qualifications, started pushing my content out there, started getting behind the camera a lot more, and telling my story as well. You know, I think when I got injured and stuff, I kept it really quiet, bottled up. That's always my sort of thought process. But now I just share everything, and because people go through the same shit, and you try and make it relatable to people to help them with their problems.
Definitely.
And for me, it's a win-win. You know, if I can make money from helping people change their lives, brilliant. You know, and I absolutely love it. Like,
well, we'll stick your bio in the link, won't we?
Yeah, definitely. And I like really pleased to see you doing it, and like the stuff. Obviously, I watch it and that, and it's yeah.
Do you reckon you could get me from 92 kg to 80 in 6 weeks? Because that's what I've got to do. Yeah,
I can't work miracles, mate.
Mate, you walked into that.
I did walk into that. All I'm doing at the minute is eating fucking yogurt bowls, and it's killing me. I'm starving all the time.
Come see me, come on. We'll get you a programme.
We'll double the price for him. We really appreciate you doing it. Obviously, we've loved this. Quick fires, you know, you're not getting away easy. Quick fires.
Best bit.
So I'm going to go here. Best player you played against. Who's giving you a bit of a torrid time?
Troy Deeney.
Oh, you fucker.
Deeney.
Reason being, I had to mark him pre-season. Watford, Coventry. Like I said earlier, so I was quite good at reading the game.
Yeah.
We'd always nick it in front of the striker. Doof. Put his hand there. Fucking winded. You know, when it hits you, and I was like, "You're not moving today, son." I was like, "Sound, Troy, you just you keep the ball there, mate. It's fine." That was tough.
Was he quick?
No, not quick.
Just strong.
It wouldn't like it wouldn't like beat you for pace too much. Not what I can remember anyway. It'd just pin you, and then like obviously if someone crossed the ball in, mate, it's fucking, you know what I mean, aggressive that way rather than like taking you and spinning you.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Best player you've played with.
John Fleck.
Yeah.
John Fleck.
If you were on his team on training, you won.
Really?
Simple as that.
Is he still playing?
I want to say
last I knew was at
somewhere. Oh, I want to say
he's
like
lower
League
league.
1, League 2.
Chesterfield.
I think he's at Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that. Yeah.
Chesterfield, I think. Yeah.
Mate, what? If you ask anyone around that sort of time that was in the team, John Fleck. Playing Champions League when he was 15, mate.
Who for?
Rangers.
Crazy.
Oof.
There you
That's
go.
one for you.
I'm going to go back onto that one. What about like your academy level, like who you come through with, best player you played with? So John Fleck's obviously up there.
Yeah.
But what about around your age group?
Matters.
Yeah.
Matters class.
I'm going to go even further.
Oh.
We'll split this into 3. Best player you played with in non-league.
Oh.
Oh. Fucking hell.
Where you thought, how the fuck are you here? Or like, you should be way higher. Got him.
These ain't quick fire, boys. This is a tough one.
Slow fire.
Yeah, this is so fire, this one, yeah. I'm ruining the game here, aren't I?
That's fine. Because normally we get people to pick 1 or 2 of like the best player they've played with because they can't pick one. You just went boom straight away. So you've gave yourself a bit of time here, mate.
Yeah,
it's all right.
I'm trying to think how Young's played there for a long time. Do you know what, to be fair, going back to Shane Byrne, obviously I know I was only in the team for a little bit, but he was a player.
Yeah.
I remember him being a player. Centre of the park, technically really, really good.
Yeah.
I remember Shane Byrne sticking out.
He was one there, it's like, he had those times in the pro game, and then you're like, how are you not in the pro game still? I know he had a few injury issues, didn't he, as well? And
you could see how he played, like he's played pro.
Yeah,
Drop on a sixpence, wouldn't he? Just do any pick the ball up from
technically
anywhere.
Technically just very good.
It's
I
good
think
to
those
see.
sorts of players I'd like to play with because it's like, if I was in the middle of the park, I'd break it up, he'd do the business, you know what I mean? So
it's good to see him back in the National League with Brackley.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One more level and he'll be back in the pro game.
Yeah.
Is it me, yeah?
Yep.
Favourite memory in football?
sign him a pro contract.
Yeah. Gotta be.
Gotta be.
Away from football then, let's get to know you a little bit more. Favourite TV series or programme that you're watching or that you've watched?
That's easy. Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, that's
We've had
good.
a
Yeah,
few
we've
of
had a few of that,
those.
you know.
Easy.
I need to watch it. I never got brought up with it.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, I did, mate.
Unbelievable, mate.
Yeah.
You don't get a bad episode. Watch any episode.
Fair play. I suppose your Only Fools and Horses is like my Big Bang. I can watch it constantly.
Yeah,
There's
I've never seen
not
that
much
either.
of an age difference between you two, are there?
I'm 32.
29.
I'm 34. So it's... I watch...
I guess it's a
You
bit.
missed it. What have you missed? It's 29.
I don't know.
Mate, honestly, it's just, you get invested in Del Boy's character. You just get invested in
Yeah.
it. It's absolutely brilliant, man.
Yeah. Very,
fair play.
you need to watch that.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah.
Stop watching Love Island and start watching
No way.
It's me. Oh no, it's not. It's you.
Biggest name in your phone book.
I reckon
You've dropped some big
Yeah.
names you have so far.
I've dropped it already, haven't I? Joe Cole.
Joe
Gotta be.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, bear in mind, don't text him. He's just in my phone book, you know.
I'll send him a
we
little
need to
text,
start-
like Merry Christmas or something. Or
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
need to start being more ruthless and go prove it then and fucking get him to ring us.
FaceTime him now.
I think I said that to Dev when he came on. He said Madders. I went, oh, FaceTiming now. Go on then.
Yeah.
I never did.
It don't look like you have many, mate. So, favourite cheap meal or takeaway?
You'd be surprised, you know. I do enjoy him. I enjoy an Indian, like a curry.
Good lad.
Yeah.
What we talking though? Let's talk
I'm boring,
here.
I'll be honest. I'm a boring bastard with it though. I can't handle spice, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say the K word.
Chicken tikka masala.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I don't-
okay.
Egg
like-
fried rice and a cheese naan.
Thought he was going to
Yeah.
say Corman.
I thought he was gonna say it, yeah.
Nah, I like an Indian. That's something else about my
Yeah,
accent I said
mate.
earlier. You got to have a bit of shit in your life, so yeah.
Pint of Cobra. Superb.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Idol growing up.
Football or non-football?
Both. You can do both if you want.
Football, Roy Keane.
Yeah.
you-
Keno.
Follow United in any type of way.
Nah,
or not?
nah.
Just his character.
Just got
yeah.
called. I just got called him, and then yeah. I mean, to be fair, Gerrard and Roy Keane when I was growing up were my
Yeah.
the ones I wanted to be like. Yeah. Non-football, my dad.
Yeah.
Love it.
Best stadium you've played at?
Oh God. It's mainly just 21s games, isn't it? But I'm just I wouldn't say it's the best, but the one I enjoyed the most was probably QPR away.
Yeah. Loftus Road, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, just what I remember
Yeah.
from it, right?
Bit
But anyway,
old
there
school,
wasn't a
innit?
lot of people in the crowd, obviously, but it was an old school ground.
Yeah.
And it's like it's small pitch, and it was just so compact. I loved it.
Yeah.
Floodlights on as well. I used to love night games. Used to love night games, a bit more special.
Any superstitions at all?
Nah,
No.
don't believe in all
Not
that.
not as a player either.
No.
Fair play.
Obviously, you were always on time though, weren't you? You were never late.
Was never on time. Always early.
Yeah.
If
I
you're on
don't think
time,
that-
you're late.
I don't think that's a superstition.
Do
I
you
think
not?
that's no. I think
I was a bit
that's
funny,
a,
like-
Good habit, isn't
That's
it?
a habit.
I say one thing. From my whole football career, I had 2 pairs of shin pads. Right, so I had shin pads from when I was 6 till about 14, 15, and they literally snapped in half. So I got a new pair till I finished. So 2 pairs of shin pads, but I don't believe in superstitions because if you forget to do something, I think that's on your mind. So I think that's a bit of a
Yeah.
weakness there.
It's easy to blame as well.
Exactly,
Isn't
it's on your head, so you've lost before you
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Just 2 more then, mate. Favourite holiday destination?
Tenerife.
Magaluf.
Yeah,
Tenerife.
yeah, Tenerife. Me and Fan go to Magaluf. Tenerife, go every year. Yeah.
I've never been Tenerife.
You know, I've been.
It's
I've been.
class, mate.
Lovely.
I've been twice this year already.
Really?
Yeah.
He loves holiday.
Fucking some money, this lad.
No, far from it, mate.
We'll finish on. I know you're not a drinker. You've mentioned that, but what about best team night out?
It doesn't have to involve drink, does
No,
it?
it doesn't.
Sometimes
It doesn't. No,
That's
that's
fair.
what,
Yeah, I mean, come back to Cov. We had some good nights out, but I wasn't drinking then. Do you know it was a good one? Probably Hell Zoe. We had a kitty, and I think it was about $2,500. And there was only about 3 lads that showed up for the Christmas party.
fucking hell.
That was a great night.
Fucking hell.
3 or 4
far.
lads for the Christmas party. So we had a great night. Obviously, we used all the kitty.
Yeah.
That's class.
But obviously, things like that as well. You know, like we struggled that year. So little
Yeah.
things when the lads don't all.
Yeah.
You should be buzzing for a night out.
Yeah,
You
mate.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was a good night out. A lot of the ones at Cov though, you know what it's like when they get the booths and stuff, and it's away from the action. You know, like I never liked that.
You'd rather be in it.
In the mix, yeah. Like you get a booth which is isolated from everyone else, no atmosphere. It's all like that sort of typical.
Look at them wankers over there as
football,
well.
with footballers, I used to always hate that sort of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like get me just in the middle of the dance floor
Yeah.
Cutting shapes, yeah.
Love
Buzz
that.
cutting shapes.
Yeah,
Love that. Got
Looking
you,
cool.
Cookie.
Yeah, no, fair. No, that's the end of that. Really appreciate you coming on. What a great story. What I think a lot of people can take some learns. Younger lads, younger women, men and women can take learns from this.
Yeah.
Playing, if they're playing. We really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your time.
No, thank you. Appreciate your time as well. Pleasure.
Wish you all the best for whatever you do next in your career. And like David said, and I'd love to see you back in football.
I really would.
We'll be there on the side going, Keno.
Yeah.
Giving it all out there.
Well, we need to stop this then because I've got to get down to 80 kg now. Come on, sir.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No, cheers, boys. Thank you.
Superb. Legend, mate. What a fucking episode.